Hey YouTube, this is Drew here with Politically Black, and today I want to talk to you about the county I live in. I live in Federal Heights, and last Friday, the same day that Denver got looted by a bunch of faggots from LA, and a bunch of losers, pieces of shit, nobody, no nothing, no good for nothing niggas, and all sorts of trash women, and all sorts of trash brothers, and everybody there was trash who was there to loot and riot. So that's that. That's out of the way. Cool. Those protesters who tried to stop them fools from getting the police involved, respect. But everyone else was fucking worthless. Like, y'all should be dropped off dead in a ditch. But let's get into the story. So last week, I got assaulted. Exactly last week, I got assaulted on 96th and Federal. Now, if you live in Colorado, do not be on foot in this area. It is a high crime area. If you have nice things in your car, put them away. It is a high crime area. We have 4 times the crime of the larger counties, Thornton and Westminster, in my left and my right, in this direction and in this direction. We have 4 times the crime. We're a quarter of the size, and we are unincorporated, and that needs to end. I'm here today to pitch to you that we, as Coloradans, need to get rid of Federal Heights and its unincorporated status, and we need to break the police department into Thornton and Westminster. There's a reason for this. I was assaulted last Friday on 96th and Federal, over in front of the AutoZone. And the police were supposed to call me back this Thursday when the officer got in who was on the case. Well, she didn't. I called yesterday. So I called back today. And then I started calling other police counties to find out that since it's unincorporated and since it's on its own jurisdiction lines, there's no other police force that can look into it. Well, that's fine. But then what I'm going to need you to do, Federal Heights, is get back on it. So you allowed me to be assaulted, tried to accuse me of assaulting myself when you arrived on the scene, and then third, turned it over to investigations. I know what police say about investigations. It's where cases go to die. It's where cases you didn't find enough information go to die. I know how, sorry, let me rephrase. I know what Federal Heights police say about investigations. It's where y'all put cases to die. It's where y'all put cases that you will never look back into, that y'all will never reopen. Cool. Cool. Great. Well, in other news, moving the story along, I get assaulted. I let the dude take his hits because they're kind of bitch-made hits. Like, my daughter hit harder, so I took the hits, and as you can see, he hit me on the side of the head. I ain't got no bruising. I did more damage to myself defending myself just because it was necessary to get me out of that situation. Thank you to my Sifus, Mr. and Mrs. Ho. Big shout out. Don't know that you'll ever see this. Just like my Facebook post, I don't know that you'll ever see this. I'm alive with a bloody ankle and a bloody knee because of y'all, and I just want y'all to know that. I just want y'all to know that I am here today. Everyone. I want everyone to know that I am here today, not because of police involvement, but because I defended myself. I'm not saying self-defense is the best way to go. I'm not saying a gun wouldn't have been preferred. I'm saying I would be in jail if I had a gun. You wouldn't be seeing this video because I would have blown the nigga's brains out. As soon as he squabbed into stance, I would have blown his brains out. I'd be in jail. I wouldn't shoot to maim, I wouldn't shoot to injure, I would shoot to kill, and that would end me in jail. So, bearing that in mind, bearing that I'm not in jail and I defended myself, thank God, remember, assault with a deadly weapon can still be charged to you in self-defense cases. Your lawyer has to prove self-defense, then they have to go backwards and drop that charge. You can get that charge dropped during court with your lawyer if your lawyer's good though. Like just on the spot, like if your lawyer's real good. But this is beyond misconduct. I've reported my crack-headed neighbors for fighting. When my crackhead neighbor reported me, he got into his car to take off, and instead of searching his car where he was hiding his cocaine visibly, like had baggies in his hand and hiding his cocaine, they refused to search him. They refused to search him or his car because they would have found cocaine and had to make an arrest on the person who called in to the police. I'm sorry, but when the person calling you in may be a suspect who's running away, I would look into that a little bit for maybe, I don't know, a different crime. But they said, well, we need a warrant to really look at his car. How come every time they want to hop me out of my girlfriend's car, they can? How come anytime they want to hop anyone out of their car, they can? How come they can get into anyone's car they want to get into and search it, but they couldn't do my neighbor because a warrant was missing? Y'all don't get warrants every time. Sometimes y'all have to search a car. Sometimes someone can say no, and then you have to get a warrant, and guess what? Y'all get express warrants. I know how it works. So don't act like you couldn't get the warrant in 20 minutes or less. Okay. Moving that along, like I said, I was assaulted, and I defended myself, and that's the only reason I'm here. Now, when I called it in, nobody else had bothered to report it out here. That's half the problem in Federal Heights is the people. But the other half is the police. I understand why y'all didn't call it in. What were they gonna do? Nothing. They wasn't gonna do shit. They wasn't gonna break us up. They wasn't gonna stop us from squabbing. They wasn't gonna do nothing. They were just gonna sit there and wait for it to end. That's what they would have done. That's who Federal Heights is. That's who those cowards are. Now there are, I'm not gonna lie, a few good officers on the force, and they know who they are. They know I'm not talking about them. If you were out there when I was playing Pokemon Go hearing gunshots, you know who you are, Mr. Officer. You know who you are. And you community driven, and I respect you for that. And I respect you for that. But I do not respect your other fellow officers, and that's more than one officer, by the way. I do not respect your fellow officers for the way that they have abused their power, abused their position, and abused their ability to investigate things. I do not appreciate. I'm not saying to go firebomb Federal Heights. I am saying let's file against them. Let's get this county incorporated into fucking Westminster and Thornton where they take crime serious. Because you know what? They have half the numbers we do. And if we were incorporated, guess what? I guarantee all of our numbers go down. I guarantee you. I guarantee you the 68 homicides a year, the homicide every week on this block, goes down. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. But until these police get it through their head that they have a job to do, and it doesn't matter how few of you there are doing the job, you have to do it. If there's a guy with a gun, Federal Heights, get involved. You don't wait for the other 4 officers. The 2 that you have are who have to respond. That's how that goes. If you have to call another county for backup and make yourselves look like bigger failures, then do it. For fuck's sake, do it. But you know what? You won't, because it'll launch an investigation into why you can't handle your own crime, and it'll possibly get this county unincorporated. Get this county incorporated into somewhere else. Good. Good. You clearly cannot handle crime in your own county. You clearly are incapable of it. You clearly do not get the ability to take a criminal under arrest. You clearly do not have that power. And if anyone wants to challenge me real fast, go to Google first and type in Federal Heights. Type in Federal Heights, follow that up with police. Put all 3 words in commas on Google so it doesn't leave out any of that. Hit that news tab once you hit search. Then tell me what you see. Tell me that there's not a reason that a man should be frustrated that the police county just turned his case over to where the Federal Heights police, as they put it, cases go to die. So, thanks for turning it over to Investigations Federal Heights. Thanks for making sure that I've got to resume fully lethal martial arts training to protect myself in the further future, because now I know that y'all won't catch these fools. Now I got to start putting them down if they just gonna attack. And that's, I'm sorry, I'm a peaceful, peace-loving man, but if you attack, you will be put down. And the story, bud. So, yeah, from now on, it's not I'm committed to self-protect, even if that means murder on the other end now. So, I mean, I'm gonna protect myself as long as I'm in this county. Just so everyone knows, if you're watching this and live in Federal Heights, do not attack me. You will be ended. Crackheads, meth heads, tweakers alike, fucking junkies from out of state, do not come at me. You will be ended alike. You will all be ended the same way. I will not take pity on no more of y'all fools if y'all come attacking, because our police station takes pity on y'all. If you want pity, go turn yourselves over, because now there is none. Now there's none. Now you done brought the heat out. Now you done made someone who's done bodily slap training for the last 6 years move up to fists. Now I'm punching myself regularly. Now I'm hardening my skin against punches. Next it's gonna be concrete. Then it's gonna be trees. By that point, I'm pretty sure you motherfuckers will get to not get to hands with me. Okay? Cool. Now again, if you want hands, I'm not gonna bother playing games like I did with that guy and just going strictly for the defense. I'm going lethal. Understood. I want that understood. I'm going lethal. If you come at me, your life is forfeit now. If you attack me, this is the contract. Your life is forfeit. That's the contract. Your life is forfeit if you attack me. But again, with Federal Heights, they have a history of abuse. They have a history of not catching the criminals. They have a history of not catching the perks. They have a history of not investigating. So in conclusion, Federal Heights is a completely useless police county, but I had to rely on them for this situation just because it is what it is. They are the most useless police county, but because of George Floyd, y'all don't get to know about that. Y'all won't know about any of their misconduct for another year because of the George Floyd shit. Everything that's currently happening in the county that's getting reported right now isn't being done. There's nothing being done about it. There's nothing being done about it. They even admitted, we're getting so many calls that we just can't do everything by ourselves. There's only 6 of us. Hire more officers or get incorporated. Pieces of shit faggots. And that's, again, not at every officer on the force. There's a few good ones, and they know exactly who they are. They know exactly who they are. They're the non-racist officers. They're the officers who didn't think that a black man reported himself. I'm just saying, they don't think a black man were called in a fucking assault on himself. So when the police arrived, they said that I assaulted myself. Oh, it looks like the suspect called it in on himself. If that was a joke, it was stupid. But what wasn't a joke and what they didn't respond to was that they were lucky it was me who was assaulted. Someone with 10 plus years of varied martial arts training. They got very lucky that it wasn't an old idiot I live next to or an old faggot fucking crackhead who lives a few houses down that was attacked by that nigger. They got lucky. They will never get that lucky again. Because if it is someone else, when it is someone else because they never caught this perp, they never caught the young J. Cole looking ass. So, because he's still roaming the streets, when someone gets attacked, don't worry, if I see it, I'll be there. I promise you that. And I got you. Just know that Federal Heights, when the police ain't got you, I do. Just know. I ain't talking about vigilanteism. If I see a fight, I'm breaking it up. If I see a motherfucker beating another motherfucker, I'm beating the motherfucker. I'm breaking it up. I'm not about this. What my police county allows, I don't have to. As a member of the community, I damn sure do not have to take what the police force is okay with. Let me lay this out real fast. My police force is okay with crackheads, assaulters, thieves, and heroin addicts. That's who the Federal Heights police force protects. Also shitty home renters, all sorts of bullshit that Federal Heights is out here protecting. But they do not protect their people. And that is a problem. Also, there's no way to report in Federal Heights police misconduct, police abuse, misuse of power, misuse of investigative time. There's no way to report all that. Did you know that out here in Federal Heights, fam? You can't even report all that. You have to call the police station to report all that. And that way they don't have to take your report seriously. They'll tell you, we just talked to you 20 minutes ago. Well, okay. What about you just talked to me fucking 20 minutes ago? What about it? That don't mean shit to nobody. Well, Federal Heights, you done pissed me off. If I see any crime, I'm handling it. I'm done with you. I'm done. I will fucking invoke a citizen's arrest. I will slam a motherfucker to the ground. That'll be that. That'll be that. Because I'll have effectively done more than the police station at that point. And I shouldn't have to. But guess what, Federal Heights? Your new neighborhood watch is in effect. So let me catch you acting up. Okay? Okay. But other than that, it's been Drew here with Politically Black. But I just thought I'd let y'all know, since, you know, the police don't care enough to investigate any further. But at the same time, I'm also not saying that all of those officers are bad. I know which ones it is. I know it's the sergeants. I know it's the commanding officers. I know it's the racism that's allowed to permeate on the force. Peace.